All right, Johnny Cash, A Boy Named Sue. Okay, let me show you the chord progression here, and then I'll dive into some of the soloing, and after that, I'll give you all the instruction. Okay, so initially we just kind of want to do some intro measures. Basically just show you the strumming with this. It's going to start with the A chord, and just a special note here, if you're trying to play along to the actual recording, everything is about a half step sharp. So on the recording it's more like A sharp and all that, but I simplify it for you here and just keep it A, alright? So, like I said, we're going to start with this A, and you want to do some kind of like alternate picking, cowboy style strumming where you're going to be going back and forth between the bass notes. So, we're going to hit this open A, and then hit the rest of the chord. Okay, and then we come up and hit an open E, and then hit that A chord. Okay, so we're just kind of bouncing between those bass notes hitting this chord. Okay. And you want to do, go through that about 4 times. Alright, so just little intro buffer measures there to get us into the main progression. Okay, and with this main progression, the strumming is pretty much going to be the same thing, just alternating bass notes and hitting the chord. And we'll start with that A again, alright, and do about 2 measures worth. And now we're going to switch to a D chord. Okay, so basically with this, we just make our D chord, but the bass notes will be the open D, okay, then an open A. Okay, so it's kind of like we just shifted everything down a set. Alright, so 2 measures worth of that. Alright, and we switch to an E. Alright, and for this, the bass notes, we hit the open E, of course, and then just the second on the A. That part of the E chord there, okay? Alright, so a couple measures there. Alright, and then we just go back to our A chord for 2 measures. Alright, so try that all together for you now. Okay, now we can get into some of that fun like improv soloing that's just happening throughout the bulk of this. And he's kind of he sticks to some certain themes here, certain riffs, and shifts them up a little bit. So I'll give you an example of kind of 2 runs through the progression that he does. And you can kind of like interchange, the measures how you like there, or switch in little bits for what you like, or just add little things if you want. All right, so for the most part, we're doing something like this. Okay, we're going to be in the A initially, and we just want to do this where we're like up on 5 of the E. Okay, we go from there and then to 7 on the B. All right, and then for the next measure, come back, hit that 5E, and then just do a little different timing where we're 7B back to 5E. Okay, something like that. So just kind of play around with those 2 notes right there for that A. Right. And once we shift to that D, we could do this cool little scale where we're going to be at 5, slide up to 5 here on the G, and then come off to 2 on the G. Alright, and then the next measure of the D, we do that 5G, slide to 4 to 2. Okay, and then finish on the 4 of the D. And then we'll shift to the E chord, and with that we're going to come up to the 7 on the E and kind of bounce between that and the 9 of the B. Alright, so it'd be like 7E, 9B, back to 7E. Okay, and then finish with 9B, 7E again. Okay, so kind of like how the A was initially, but just up here at the 7. Right? And then go back to the A, just kind of finish on, a slightly smaller version of the initial part. Okay. So I'll just put this all up to tempo now for you, let you, get a example of the various soloing here. Okay, and just another example of the soloing you can do throughout this. Like you can start similar to how we did before, do like the 5E, 7B. All right, and you can add a little something where we go like 8, 7, 5 on the E, and back to 7 on the B. Okay, so something like, all right, just adding little things. All right, and then for the D, we can switch it up a bit and just come up more like up here in the box there for the D. We go like 10 E, 12 B. All right, and then maybe come off like 10 E, 13, 10. Okay. Well, something like that. All right, and maybe for the E, we go low this time. Like we go hammer on open to 1 on the G, or the open E. All right, and then do something like 3, 2, open on the B. All right, and then for the A, you do something like this where we slide up on the G and B, go 6, G, 5, B. All right, and we hit 7s on the B and G. Come off, hammer on 5 to 6 on the G with that 5B, and finish with like a 7D. Okay, just little bits like that, and like I said, you can take little parts of this and switch them out with where they would go in that first run through, and just keep all these little different riffs for each key we're in here to switch them out throughout the song. It's kind of just a loose improv vibe. So I'll put this last run all together for you now. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.